Listen, okay, we will not be before you long. You see how we do what we do. We are here live on Facebook. I know you guys are having a lunch. You get the notifications that we are here, but also we are on YouTube as well. So as you get the notification, please make sure you just pop in. I'm here with the one and only Mr. Morgan Turner is in the building, sir.
Lady P, how are you? It's wonderful to be here as always. Anytime we get together, you know it's going to be a great time.
It's always a great time. It's always a vibe here with Morgan Turner. So, as you can see, we are here this afternoon coming to share a little more encouragement about what's happening this coming Saturday on April 18th in Washington, D.C. We are part of the collective team. We're part of the kickoff for the Autism Awareness Month events happening on behalf of Autism Speaks. And we are so honored to be able to be there lend our voices to a cause that is close to both of our hearts. My godson is autistic, and Morgan also will share his experience with family members and friends that are dealing on also on the autism journey. So, Morgan, thank you so much once again. You know, Morgan is not playing this time, people. He just told me he's not even bringing his bass, so don't even look for Morgan in that area. But Morgan will be doing the production and assisting with the sound, and that in and of itself is a mighty thing. He's mighty in that
Think
area
of it
too.
more like production supervisor, just making sure everything goes well, all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted, just to make sure the event goes on successfully.
Mhm.
Because we already have some amazing musicians and singers that are going to be a part and be able to minister for the event. But the main thing is we want to bring an awareness to autism and not just personalized, but in the community at large. One of the things that we actually don't talk about is this and how it really is an everyday thing for a lot of people.
Correct.
One of the bigger things is, and especially in the church, we kind of focus on the main things, but the main things aren't always Sunday morning based. There are other things that happen Monday through Saturday and even on Sunday morning where, there in a congregation of 500, you probably wouldn't even know that 30% of people and children are in the audience with, autism, or even uh, some churches have larger percentages depending on the large size of the congregation, but there has not been a space just of awareness about it. And really, I do believe a little awareness goes a long way. When you know about something, you can do something about it. When you're aware of something, you can make a choice to either respond or let it be where it's going to be. I've always enjoyed partnering with Patrice because number one, her heart and
Oh,
uh, determination about this goes beyond sometimes what the industry overlooks. And we're both well versed in the industry, well connected in the industry. We do what we do, but once the music stops, what? The big thing is what happens to people who deal with elementary school kids who have autism and have to deal with special needs and so many other different things. I've seen it in my own family. A few of my cousins absolutely have some of my younger cousins who deal with that. But what really is the blessing in seeing it is a continual support system, and that's what this event is really trying to engage people in, is being a support system to a cause that's worthy of recognition and a cause that will really help change lives. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what this whole event is about. Once again, we have great people that are going to be a part, but we cannot do it without you all, showing
mhm.
up, being a part. And even if you can't physically be there, there are absolutely ways to partner up with Lady Patrice and the whole autism awareness um, movement that she is doing, because it just doesn't stop here. We've already had another event a few months ago that was very successful here in Baltimore, Maryland, and now we're moving it to DC. So it's not something that we're just trying to keep locally. We're trying to move it into different spaces, into different states. That way, once again, a little awareness goes a long way. Really, it took, Jesus and 12 people to change the world. So it's not
Right.
need, a million people to do it. We just need some committed folk that are saying, hey, I know exactly what this is. I deal with this on a regular basis, whether it be in your family, in your church, friends that you know. And for those that do know, it can become cumbersome to the people that have to care for those who have, autism
Mhm.
and autistic disabilities. But there is a support system, and really that's what the whole autism awareness movement is creating a support system to help bring information, bring partnerships to things that you might not know about. There might be people that don't even know where to turn with, children that have autism or adults that have autism. They have no support group anywhere, and they're trying to figure it out on their own.
Yeah.
So this is just an open community forum where we're hosting an event with artists such as Sincere, all the way from Florida, as well as Pastor Sam Franklin out of Nashville, Tennessee, who are partnering with us as well to come and just once again be a part of something greater than what we can see in front of us. Yes, we
Yeah.
absolutely going to sing about Jesus and his love and his saving power, and there are also other entities amongst that we need to just really come together and put the hand to the plow to work for. Everything can't be about a hit record. Everything can't be about a number one slot on the chart. Everything, this is real ministry, real touching people's lives that may never ever come to a concert. They might not ever go see a tour or whatever, but this is something that absolutely can start changing the lives in a big way from a small space.
And everything you say, absolutely, I co-sign that. And it's so important for us to realize that we have to bring the music industry, the gospel music industry, the inspirational music ministry into the space of there's more than just the music component. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that in our sleep.
Hmm.
But I titled this podcast "Speechless," and the reason I did that was for a couple of reasons. First of all, there are levels on the spectrum where children don't have speech abilities.
Hmm.
But the other part is the silence in the church,
Yes.
that we are speechless when it comes to advocating. And I'm so glad you talked about the statistics in terms of having members of the congregation, children and or adults who may be on the spectrum diagnosed, and even probably some that are not
Right.
diagnosed.
Undiagnosed. Yeah.
And so it is so important for us to be a part of the first wave. I'm considering us the first wave of the bringing the conversation more so to the forefront
Hmm.
of our need to help and lend support. Um, as you said, many families deal with this. Autism Awareness Month is fantastic. It's always great to have a particular, date on the calendar that spotlights a particular, health initiative.
Right.
But autism is 24/7, 7 days a week, 365.
Hmm.
And so to be able to use this month and to be part of this month to bring a more awareness to that and to help when April is over and we've kicked into March 1, autism is still going on in every single household that is on this journey, from spectrum 1 to extreme spectrum 3.
Right.
So um, I really would like to see not just the members, but pastors. And I
Mm.
know pastors wear a lot of hats and they are, they administrators, they're visiting this, visiting, they've got all things that they're doing. But I also would like to say, consider this also, because there are a lot of times within churches that you're not understanding the behavior of a child, and you classify him as being bad, or he's not listening. Even within the family, what's wrong with him?
Hmm.
Last night's podcast, I was talking to Pastor Graham. He lives in the Bowie area, and from his perspective, I wanted to hear from a male how he accepted the diagnosis, and did he ever accept the diagnosis? And I would implore you, please go back and watch that podcast from last night. It was so powerful. And to everybody that will see this, watch it or hear it live and then rewatch it, he was very transparent about how um, he saw his son, and first 5, almost 6 years, he was in absolute denial that something was wrong with him. He just assumed that, what we do in the Black family, there's little corporal punishment and, sit down somewhere, or why can't you get this done, and whatever. It was very, very, it was hard to hear, but it was very transparent on his part and what God taught him afterward. And now his son is 28. And the things that he learned once he finally locked in with the diagnosis, he's been hands-on and just really walking with his son through the entire process.
Wonderful.
So I would say there needs to be education brought within each congregation. I don't care what your church on Saturday, on Sabbath, your church on Sunday. I don't care if you're Friday night. But there needs to be a level of someone coming in and saying, let's bring this to our church, period. And let's evaluate how we can help. We have so many people on the spectrum that won't come to church because they don't have a space for them. Wouldn't it be amazing to have a church that had a sensory room? But we have kids and adults that can't tolerate loud noises. So, and as a musician, it's hard to gauge that, and people get happy, whatever. But for someone that can't tolerate the sounds, the loud noises, so it's better for them not to come. Wow, they're not even being ministered to.
Right.
So it opens up levels and levels of conversation, but it is our invitation to you, myself, Morgan, and the rest of the team, Sherry, Roderick, and all the other people involved, to please let your presence be your voice. Let your presence be your voice. Don't be speechless. And we've made it so that if your child is neurodivergent on the spectrum, we have an amazing company that is coming from Nashville, Tennessee, called Gazotech. And they are coming, and I'm going to show you exactly what they are doing. They are coming to bring an amazing product for a sensory room. They're literally we're having a sensory room at the location.
This is beautiful.
So, and I want to thank Gazotech so much for bringing this technology. And on top of the fact, they are so encouraged by what Indigo is doing, the work of Autism Speaks. They are bringing it for free.
Wow.
To share it. So this is where we need to say, it's coming to the Baltimore, DC, Virginia area. Take advantage of it. And if you are a therapist, a teacher, if you're someone that works in that field of neurodivergency, please come and see this in actual demonstration. And when parents come with their children and dysregulation can potentially happen, what a great space that is going to be there for them. And so we're very, very honored that Gazotech, and I want to give a particular shout out to the gentleman who's coming, Alejandro Gomez is coming, and his team, and he is absolutely amazing. So please, you can find them on LinkedIn. You can follow them on their social media on Instagram and Facebook. It's Gazotech, and please connect with them. Like I said, if you are in education with speech therapy, occupational therapy, please make sure that you are there. But also, if you know family and friends, we have not charged the ticket for any of this. We are on faith in this, and we're asking you to come with us as a faith partner or donor to please, lend your support so that we can be a blessing to everyone. We're in contact with the Children's National Hospital and their Department of Neurodiversity as well, and opening up to them and to their patients and children. So we are opening this up completely to everybody. The next thing that we are so excited about, and who's come to join us on a financial area, is Tri-State Financial Advisors. They are coming and they have lended their support to helping families with their financial healthcare planning. So, while we know for all of us, Morgan, myself included, healthcare is expensive. I'm
Expensive.
expensive, and we want to be able to have a plan even for the future. So they're coming to lend their services to help you and help families develop a plan. So I want to give a special thank you to Tri-State Financial Advisors for coming to assist parents and caregivers with their for developing the financial health care planning and for their families, and for even in the event something happens to their caregiver, there's already a plan in place
Hmm.
so that they continue and their child can continue to receive the care that they still need. So I'm
Beautiful.
really, really happy about that. So in the meantime, Morgan, we're going to be at Rama DC. Thank you so much to Rama DC for coming along and helping us be a location where we're going to have the symposium that starts at 4 p.m. sharp. You know we are about that time. 4 o'clock. We're starting
Right, we starting.
with 4 p.m. Start time, and after the symposium, it'll end by 5:30, and we are transitioning and preparing for the music and the worship. And we also want to give a shout out to Kristen Gelfand, who is the national director of Autism Speaks. She will be at the event, so your opportunity for you to meet her on a national level. So, for our team to now be meeting with her and having them now as a representative to see what we are bringing.
Yeah.
Please help us help them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please help us help them. And be there. If you can't bring your child, be there. I'm coming there because I'm coming there in the name of my son, my daughter, my niece, my nephew, my grandchild. I'm going to lend my support. And then the following day, on July the 19th, is the 25th anniversary of the Autism Speaks 5K walk run,
Mm,
which I will be participating in. Sincere will be participating in. San is actually singing the national anthem
hmm.
for that to kick off that 25th anniversary of Autism Speaks the festival that day. And on Monday, here is where the rubber meets the road. Representatives from Autism Speaks are going to be going to Capitol Hill advocating for
Hmm.
more support for families and with children and also adults on the autism spectrum. So we are part of this hand in glove this weekend. And so once again, we are just inviting you and asking you, please come, please support, tell your friends, your family, your neighbors. And as I said, it's available also a room uh, for a sensory room for your child. We are so excited about them experiencing that. So we don't want anyone left behind. If you can't come, like I said, please, your support is so greatly needed. And yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
for
much it.
sure. Once again, the symposium starts at 4 p.m., and that is pretty much one of the highlights of the entire day because it is going to be an amazing wealth of information passed on that can absolutely help, in your day-to-day experiences with your loved ones or your friends that you know of. And here's the thing, even if you don't personally have anybody that you're connected to with autism, I promise you, the more you know, the more you can help. Invite people to come, even if you can't stay for the worship experience, even though we would love for you. Our goal is to get people the information that they need,
Correct.
help us
Correct.
with the support. Once again, we can sing, we can do all that all day. We do that in our sleep. But the main heart of this whole operation is to bring an awareness to autism in a broader spectrum, and especially in the spaces that we occupy a lot. Patrice said something very powerful where a lot of churches really just, need an awareness where somebody can come speak. So even if you are a leader of your church, a deacon, a minister of music, a trustee, somebody in leadership at your church that feels like this information would be worth passing on to your church, please come to the symposium, get some
Yes.
information, get some context. That way, if you need a representative to come and do a symposium at your church, you can come and meet the people that could do it. Lady P has a wealth of connections for, directly connected to, the national, Autism Awareness Coalition, that will be able to connect you with people that might be in your region. You
Hmm.
might be somebody that's, knows somebody in Atlanta that needs somebody. We can get somebody there. We can get
Correct.
somebody to Nashville. We can get somebody to New York. We can get somebody to California. But it can't happen unless you come get the information and also speak up. Like she said, I think it's very powerful that the title of this is Speechless, because there's two sides to that. You can be speechless by not saying something, but you can also be taken speechless by what you have learned, because you can be knocked off your socks like, wow, I didn't even know, I'm speechless. Or speechless, like you said, just not saying anything at all. We
Yeah.
would much rather you be aware of it and say, wow, I didn't know, I'm speechless. Now, what can I do to help? So
Yeah.
that's what really this whole event is about. So, once again, symposium at 4 o'clock with the financial healthcare team, as well as the autism from Alejandro, who's going to do an amazing presentation. And once again, it is a free event, guys. It is a free event. A lot of these events, and Lady P will tell you, you go to these conferences for this, and you're paying truckloads of money just to get the information, just to
Yeah.
get the room, to get a badge, whatever. No, we are bringing this to you for free. So once again, we are admonishing you to make your way to Washington, D.C. on Saturday at
Hmm.
4 p.m. at Rama,
Raymond, DC, 1825 Michigan Avenue Northeast,
Rama,
Washington, D.C.
D.C. And I'm pretty sure if you go to Lady P's page, you'll see the address and everything. But
Yeah.
please make your way. And even if you can't make your way, you know what? You can always DM Lady P and ask, how can I be of help? Where can I get more information passed on? Look, you might be watching this and saw one of the flyers for the financial aid. For the financial
Fundraiser, yes.
fundraiser, as well as the new technology for sensory rooms and everything. And you might want some more information. Please do not hesitate to reach out, and just get the information that might help somebody. And once again, if you're just watching this and you want to say, hey, I need to get this information to my pastor, so that way we can have this, because you might know some things in your congregation that your pastor doesn't know. Once
Hmm.
if he said he or she may wear a million hats that they have to attend to, and something as small as this might be overlooked just due to the amount that's already on their plate. And
Correct.
you could actually be the catalyst that brings something to your church that makes a bigger impact than sometimes what is preached on Sunday morning, what is sung on Sunday morning, what is said. You might bring something to say, hey, this awareness about autism, I see it because I sit in the congregation, and I see the congregants that, sometimes come, sometimes don't, because of this specific, disability. And
Yeah.
what we want to do is we want to just become aware of it. When you're aware of something, you can actually act and react to it. So what we're doing is we're just coming together to give you all a great set of information, as well as a worship experience that we would love for you to be a part of as well. But
Hmm.
the main thing where our heart is geared towards is the symposium. Come,
Yes.
be made aware, get information, take it to those who might need it. And that again is on Saturday, 4 p.m. Raymond, DC, Michigan Avenue in Northeast DC. You'll be able to find the address on her Facebook, on her Instagram,
Yeah.
all her social media platforms. The um, you'll see the flyer. And once again, I'll be there. Pastor Sam Franklin will be there. Sincere will be there. So we're all coming together for a cause, because once again, it's bigger than the music. If we're not changing people's lives, then really, what are we doing?
And on that I'll leave it just like that. That was a great way to end this segment. So, Morgan Turner, as always, it's always great to come together with you in ministry and things we're doing. I want to give a shout out to Tina Nelms. Is going to be coming from Texas.
Team, yes. I forgot
Yeah,
about
she's one of our art. She's one of the artists who won the Indie Artist Festival.
Sorry, Tina. Can't wait to see you.
Yeah, Tina's going to be in the building as well. So I want to give a shout out to her and thank you everyone for taking the time to watch this. Please make sure you share this information,
Mhm.
um, and we look forward to your support and making help us continue to help others. So
Mhm.
that's it. So as always, follow Morgan Torton more Mo Base on his
Mobase
social media.
1019 and
Mobile, yep.
Mobase 1019 on Instagram. Also Mobase 1019 on TikTok. I'm actually on TikTok now, guys.
Okay, that down. Okay.
I'm on TikTok. But
Okay.
I'm slow walking it. I'm slow walking it.
Hmm.
But also on Facebook, Morgan Turner as well. And once again, once you contact me, connect with me. Once you contact with Lady P, connect with us because we are more than willing to pass out whatever information we can
Correct.
to to help. That is our heart, is to help.
Yeah, and I'm going to do something just one more time because here I'm going to put this up here, this flyer too.
Mm-hmm.
As you see it, if you scan the QR code, if you're not able to make it, you can scan that QR code and make an appointment. They have made it possible for you to scan the QR code and make an appointment. If you're in the Baltimore, DC area, we want you in the building. We want you at the
Right.
symposium.
Yeah.
Because it's so critical to have you in the building for this. And that also lets tri-state. Okay, let me just put this. So scan if you're not in the area, please scan your QR code, and they are willing and waiting to give you some assistance with your financial healthcare planning.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Okay. Presence means a lot.
Presence is
And
power.
when companies see that you are interested and you have a group of individuals that you can in your community and your connections are interested and you're in the building and you show your face and your bodies in the chair, that says to them, we want to continue to do business with you.
Mm-hmm.
We want to continue to support what Indigo Inspire and Indigo Inspire Foundation is doing and what Morgan Toner is doing. We want to continue. So every time they will see me, every time they will see Morgan or connect with him or shake his hand, hey, I want to, they're not hesitant to say, we want to go ahead and continue the relationship with you and do bigger and bigger things with you. So once again, thank you guys so much for taking the time to be with us today. Morgan, I know you got a tight schedule,
Mm-hmm.
so thank
Where
you
never
for
stops.
taking the
Of
time.
course, Lady P. Of course.
Yeah. All right, so everybody, once again, as always, have a great afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day, and it's not just a vibe here; it's a whole mood. Have a great afternoon.